Today I will be talking about more Burning Crusade investments I'm currently doing on the classic anniversary realms. I've invested into heavy hide and different kind of leather to speed level the profession leatherworking. Many people would like to do so in Burning Crusade because of the drums you can activate to benefit your party with a huge buff. In original Burning Crusade, there were no debuff when you use these drums, making them insanely overpowered. But in 2021, they added debuff, and now only one person in your party had to be a leatherworker. I believe they will introduce this on the anniversary realms as well, which is why I'm not investing too much into leather, but I'm still buying a bit for those of you who need this profession for their upcoming epic items. Especially rock leather, as we can use this to speed level our profession in Burning Crusade from around 300 to 330. Moving on to enchanting materials. This profession will become so much better as we can finally unlock ring enchants. To level up this profession from 1 to 300, you will need many dust, especially those you see right here. And this is why I'm investing into those, as there will be many people leveling up this profession to get the ring enchants, as you will need to be a high level enchanter to use these. In fact, it's also one of the best professions for many classes, even for those of you who likes to PvP. In fact, there's yet another important reason for why I'm investing into these materials. In Classic, we could just disenchant everything, no matter our enchanting level. In Burning Crusade, this will change, so now you'll need to level up your profession if you wish to also disenchant higher level items. And because of this massive change, I believe some of the old Classic materials might also increase in price, as less people will be able to disenchant and post essence and dust on the auction house. But what if I told you there's even more reasons for why I'm investing? For example, illusion dust and other high level materials can be used in Burning Crusade to get your profession from around 300 to 335. By the way, a quick tip, if you're lacking inventory space, you could always purchase this enchanting bag, as it's a 16 slot and fairly cheap. As of right now, Nexus crystals are still a bit too expensive. I hope these will go down to less than 5 gold. If so, then I might actually be buying quite a few of these. In Burning Crusade, we can transform these into a small prismatic shard, and these are needed for Burning Crusade enchants. You can also combine 3 of these into a greater shard, and those are needed for some of the best high level Burning Crusade enchants. Before I talk about more things I'm investing into, then I'm also investing into my own character. How? Well, I'm leveling up gather professions, but also professions I'll use for the new Burning Crusade cooldowns. What am I talking about? Well, during the launch week, all new Burning Crusade materials will be extremely expensive, so it's a great investment if you're lacking gold. On top of this, you could also level up alchemy, as we can now become a specialist in, for example, transmutes. Even though everyone will be able to transmute the new primal might, then it also has a 20 hours cooldown. So if you become a transmute master, there's also a chance you'll be getting additional primal mights. No matter what kind of master you become, then you're able to transmute the primal might, and this is great for gold making in the beginning of phase 1, and why I'm also listing this as some sort of investment. The other main profession I would recommend you to level up is tailoring. You will need a character to be level 50 to learn the new tailoring ranks, and also to unlock the new tailoring cloth cooldowns. These cloth cooldowns can be purchased at a vendor in Shepard City. If you level your character to 60, you can also become a specialist and get twice the amount of cloth. In this case, I'm for example Shadow Weave Tailoring Master, and I'm getting 2 Shadow Cloth. Is this really that important? Definitely. The cooldown is almost 4 days, so getting 2 cloth instead of 1 is a big deal, especially early on when people are desperate to buy this cloth for their upcoming bind on pickup epic tailoring items. Alright, time for me to cover the remaining investments. In the pre-patch, we can enjoy the new profession Jewelcrafting. You level up this profession with different bars and gems. And upon reaching level 20, you unlock the possibility to prospect 5 ores into at least 1 gem. In this case, I'm for example prospecting copper ores, and I'm getting a couple of tiger's eyes. So by prospecting, you can get materials that you can use to level up your jewel crafting. This is why I'm in fact investing into ores, but also just gems, so I can sell these right away without having to prospect. Another reason being that you will need to level up your own jewel crafting if you wish to prospect higher level ores. Thorium, for example, requires 250 and mithril ores 175. What I've also bought quite a few of is heavy and solid stones. These are recommended in many jewel crafting guides, and you use all these different kind of stones to level up the profession, as you can see right here. Just remember that everything doesn't require stones or gems. This ring here, for example, requires true silver bars and Heart of the Wild. This ring is recommended in most jewel crafting leveling guides, and why I believe these materials might actually increase either in the pre-patch or in Burning Crusade, as there's going to be more and more people leveling up the profession, and all of a sudden a higher need for these materials. This is also the exact same case with this ring. Not the aquamarines, as you can just prospect mithril ores and acquire those, but because of the Flask of Mojo, a material which are mainly gathered when people are farming sulfur rack. But this dungeon will definitely not be farmed as much in Burning Crusade. Besides investing into ores I can prospect, then I'm also investing into bars so I can craft the settings when I'm leveling up Jewelcrafting, but also because of two other important professions in the Burning Crusade. We are talking about engineering and blacksmithing. Mainly blacksmithing, as many people would like to level up this profession. And we are not just talking about plate users, also other classes like the shaman playing enhancement. We can craft insane level 70 epic items, and those we can upgrade throughout the different phases. And because enhancement shaman are finally capable of doing decent DPS in this expansion, then this is also going to be an important profession for many different characters. And exactly why I'm also investing into so many bars. Moving on to the next topic, herbs. Grum's Blood, but also Ghost Mushrooms are two herbs I'm investing into. Mainly because of Elixir of Demon Slayer, which is becoming way better in Burning Crusade. No, it's not going to be buffed, but it's just going to be a lot more important, as there will be demons from the beginning we move into Hellfire, when we're heading into different dungeons, and eventually raids throughout all the different phases. This is why it's going to be an elixir which will remain important for all of Burning Crusade, and why I'm trying to invest into this as well, or well, mainly the herbs, so I can craft the elixir myself. Now that I'm already covering this category, I'm also investing into Golden Sandsam. This classic herb you can combine together with no Burning Crusade herbs and level up our alchemy. So you can either resell these and hopefully make a profit, or use it for your own alchemy alts to also get to primal mites a bit quicker. I'm also investing into this fish. Even though it's not providing us a useful buff to increase our performance, then it gives us an illusion, either a pirate or a ninja, and if you're playing male, it will be a male character and the other way around. Why am I investing into something like this? Well, when people are in their pre-raid biz and before they get tier 4, they might also want this illusion because they don't like their item sets. And don't forget, in the Burning Crusade, there's also no transmog system. Nonetheless, if I don't end up making a profit on these, I'll just be using them on my own character. In the pre-patch, we can play a Strenar Shaman and Blood Elf Paladin. On the Alliance side, the totem here has really no usage right now, but in the pre-patch it could change as we're finally able to play a Shaman up to 60. This is also the same case with this relic for Paladin. On the Horde side, the price is probably not too expensive, but this could also be changing. It's the same case with everything I've mentioned in this video. It's always there's a chance it could be happening, because I'm not an expert in investing. I just have some old data from Burning Crusade 2021, and back then most of my investments were also making me a profit of 5 to 10 times. But remember, I could be wrong this time around. If you enjoyed this video, you will definitely also like some of my other Burning Crusade preparation videos and guides. In the future, I'll release a lot of other useful guides for this expansion, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when I post these. As always, thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day. Peace.